this thing on? Is this thing on? Welcome to Plausible Foolishness again. We are your two magnanimous emperors of the Rube Empire. I'm the mad scientist, Matt, and I've got a perspective on things. And
oh yeah, brother, I'm the strong one, and I've got opinions on things as well. Can you hear us? Holla if you hear me. We about to take a survey on this show. Can you hear us now? Okay? And we might have to employ the, remember the old Sprint guy that was like, can you hear me now?
can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Welcome to Plausible Foolishness, guys. Thank you so much for dropping in. What's up?
I changed nothing.
Nothing.
I changed 0 settings, and it stopped working.
First of all,
It changed itself.
you know what it was?
This is artificial intelligence.
No, this is called Soros-funded artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Give me some X-Files. I need some X-Files here.
Give
me some X-Files. I blame it all on George Soros. So, hey, it's going to be a lot of fun today. We got a big, fun show today. Make sure you follow us everywhere. We are literally everywhere, expanding faster than the universe itself. We are the fastest rising conservative content on Twitch. And gosh darn it, they love us so much, and they're already starting to stop our audio. So it is what it is. But make sure you check us out everywhere. We're on Plausible Foolishness at twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. That's twitch.tv/plausiblepoolishness. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, send it to everywhere to the four corners, because we are everywhere, which is a lot of fun. So,
including, just speaking of everywhere.
Whoa.
That's right. Thanks to the Rube Empire.
Thank you, Rubes.
Who have these credulous rubes who have supported us with their cash money.
Cash money.
We're on the podcast scene too.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're officially a podcast.
We're on Spotify.
What?
That's right. We're on Apple Podcasts.
What?
We're working on getting on Google. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet, but they got a review like every other place. We're on TuneIn/Alexa.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And I think there's one more that we probably are on, but I haven't seen
Hey man,
I haven't looked into it yet.
It's all good, man.
But we're there.
We're there.
We're there where you want to be for audio.
Heck yeah, man. So if you can't watch us on the live stream, you can always check out the audio, which is beautiful. Make sure you like and subscribe everywhere for us, guys. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Parler. We're on Parler.
Yeah.
We're on Par, baby.
Plausiblepoolishness.locals.com.
And it's not a dating site.
It's not a dating site. That's where you can support us if you don't want to,
Oh, yeah.
Put your money on Twitch. I don't blame you.
Hey, listen, man. If you want to put your money on Twitch,
we'll take it.
We'll take it, too. So it's all good. Thanks for supporting everywhere else, guys. Strong One Nation that is on Plausible Foolishness as well. We appreciate you. Where we have 41,000 followers, which is insane. Blowing up a little bit on that News Clapper. Have you heard News Clapper?
You've mentioned it, but
down.
I've not.
It's like the TikTok Americanized version where they don't, use your, spy on everything you're doing. But here's the reality.
That's good.
Everything we use is spying on us right now, so it's all good. Dusty! Yeah, Dusty! Where you been, Dusty? We told you we'd be right back, bro. They can't hold us down. George Soros cannot stop or cut my audio. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? But hey, it's all good, man. We got so much to talk about today, man. We got the RNC to talk about. We got the DNC to talk about. We got Jacob Blake situation to talk about that erupted over the weekend on Sunday. Consequentially, right before the RNC, but that's another spoiler. That's another conspiracy theory. But
Go figure.
So weird how that just popped up out of nowhere. But yeah, long story short, we got a lot of fun things today. We're gonna talk about the NBA. Because everybody's watching the NBA right now, right? Yowie, wowie. My goodness.
Dusty Joe.
Dusty.
With the gifted sub.
Love you, Dusty.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, Dusty. Dusty. But, man, we got to get into this funness. So, first and foremost, fun stats to throw at you. There was a DNC last week. I think it was going on as we were doing the stream, correct?
Say that again?
The DNC was going on while we were doing the live stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so the DNC happened, and you would be shocked at the huge The shortest show by far last week. It was our shortest show we've ever had, episode 127. But, it's funny is you'd be shocked at what they talked about. They laid out a lot of great policy. You ready for the policy they laid out in the DNC? Let me wrap it up for you in literally 5 seconds. You ready for it?
I was going to say 3 words.
Oh, I was going to say the same ones. Wait, we'll do it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Orange Man bad. Oh my gosh! Oh! Orange Man bad. No way.
Lead us to kings.
Lead us to kings. Yeah. So Orange Man bad. That was the whole DNC platform. Orange Man bad. That was it. That's all they had. Not new policies. Not things that will actually help out Americans. Orange Man bad. It's so crazy. It is so crazy how that happened. It was so crazy.
I mean, that's what I look for in a policymaker.
Man, you know what? I was so fired up that, I'm just surprised that, Joe, they could clip a couple things together for Joe, for his live feed, by the way. Did you see people were like, there's conspiracies on his live feed. Did you hear about that?
No, I haven't.
When you break down segments, like he has a watch on sometimes he doesn't. There's a sticker sometimes in the live feed that it's not there.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I usually don't. Go ahead.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
I don't usually like to jump into the Alex Jones conspiracy theories. Wait a minute. Yes, I do! That's a freaking lie! But, no, it was just funny that, some segments of his live speech had a button, and some didn't. And then some parts had a watch on, and some parts he didn't. It was weird. It was strange for a live feed.
It's just movie magic, man.
Movie magic.
That's
and
just,
then the rush of all 5 people to run out at the end for him to shoot off fireworks into the sky. I thought that was precious. I mean, a lot better than the night before when he called himself Joe Biden's husband. You know what I mean? I'm Joe Biden. I'm Joe Biden's husband. Oh, really? Are you now? But the funny thing is this was what marked the DNC is not only the Orange Man bad, but how low the bar was set. So let me give you an example. The bar was set so low that even CNN, good old Van Jones. You remember Van Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Van Jones. This is a white lash! Van Jones, that's like, yeah, the Russian thing's a nothing burger. What? What, Van? What? Van Jones, who actually gave Trump props for actually doing something about the criminal justice reform in America. Van Jones is all over the board, but Van Jones, at least he's honest, okay? At least he is honest. Van Jones went on and said, listen, as long as there wasn't any train wrecks, we were going to celebrate the DNC. And he admitted it on TV, and nobody caught it except for a few people that were listening.
So basically, no matter what,
the
DNC was great unless there was
unless
unless it just imploded.
Yeah, man. But you would be surprised how many people tune into the DNC. A lot of people tune into the DNC, so much so that C-SPAN released the ratings between, night 1 of the DNC versus night 1 of the RNC that just is going on right now. And they were pretty even. I mean, because it's going to be a really tight election, man. It's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight.
It's going to be a tight election. They keep telling us it's going to be a tight election. There's no runaway for Trump. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
Biden's in the lead, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight.
But it's going to be tight.
It's going to be tight.
You'd be surprised. The RNC night 1 got 6 times the viewership of the DNC.
6 times less.
No. 6 times more. Like, if you had 1 viewer for the DNC, there would be 6 people watching the RNC.
That, because 6 times more people were just wanting it to fail?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to fly.
Saying the audio mic's a little low, man. We got to give him more power. Got to give him more power, man. They got to hear the people. Do you want me to get louder? Do you want me to get loud? B3N1S? But yeah, 6 times the viewership on C-SPAN alone for the RNC. Now, I'm not saying that it's magically amazing. I'm not saying that these... Here's the strong one's going to be honest about this. I really don't see the point of a convention when you don't let people in to the convention. The point of the convention is a rah-rah rally
Yeah.
to announce who your candidate is going to be for the president of the United States. And it's marked by tons of people, big crowds, and, you know, we've all bought into the Rona, right? The Rona's going to kill us all, right?
Yeah.
The Rona that is killing people. The second wave is obliterating Americans as we speak,
Yeah,
right?
that's the frustrating part, is that, you know,
The Rona,
everybody's kowtowing.
everybody's kowtowing to the Rona, man. You know, even though, geez, infections have fallen off the face of the cliff. Notice that no one's talking about that. Death count, you know what's funny is they stopped talking about COVID-19 when the exact amount of infections were happening with Florida and New York, but New York had 10 times the death, you know, that Florida did. Well, that's another story for another time, right? We know what the other funny thing is that no one's talking about is the DOJ is making the governors of these states, the Illinois, Michigan, New York, and I forget, in California, actually report. What is that bad boy?
I don't know.
What is it? What is it? We're being attacked. Oh, it's just a little. Oh, he's just a little whatever bug. It's all good. There's the bug right there. The DOJ is actually making them report why they sent COVID-19 patients to nursing homes. Like, why did they actually do that? But
Good.
you know,
Good.
accountability.
Maybe somebody will get arrested.
Accountability. You know, gosh forbid. Now, we've all bought into the Rona, you know, pandemic, even though it's completely disappeared and nobody wants to talk about it. But, you know, we'll let that go. We'll let that go for now. Even though science and math and, you know, whatever is behind you. 150 million dead, says T.
Oh, man.
150
Half the
million
population
dead.
of America?
No, like 0.004% population. But no, never mind. Never mind all that fun stuff. But now, I just don't understand the point of a convention when nobody can be there. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But compare and contrast, if I have to compare conventions, because I'm not a big convention guy. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never been like, oh my gosh, the convention's amazing. I like Trump rallies because it's just Trump talking trash. Conventions are a little bit, the Republican Party, yay. Let's get real. The Republicans are already kicking butt because of Trump. Let's all get honest with ourselves. Let's be real. Let's be real.
It's true.
They're only kicking butt because of Trump. I've seen the other RNCs. I remember Mitt Romney's ones.
Yeah, for sure. My only hope is that there's a group of young people who have learned something from Trump. We know the old trusty, you know, idiots who've been running the party all this time have learned nothing.
No, not at all.
They've just, you know, seen the opportunity to line their pockets and have done that.
Mitch McConnell, we got this Trump guy, and he's killing it right now.
Yeah.
He's doing good. We better not get in his way.
Yep.
Give me some more cocaine.
Yep.
But anyway.
Exactly. But I'm hoping that there's a bunch of young, you know, and upcoming politicians, and I've seen a couple. You know, you got Anna Paulina Luna, who won her primary in a landslide.
Yep. Is that the girl from Baltimore?
No, she's here in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
District 13.
Yeah.
She's taking on Charlie Crist.
Yeah. Ooh.
So there's her. There's
Laura Loomer won too, right?
Laura Loomer won here in Florida too.
What?
So that's good. She won her primary.
Yeah.
So you know, there's gonna be some fire.
A little bit of fire.
But you know, we want to see the kind of fire that we saw in Australia at the beginning of the year. All right, that kind of fire.
Scorched earth.
Yes.
That
So it means we need a bunch more arsonists to set those fires.
Arson? What? It's funny, that story went away really fast. I thought it was global warming. Oh, that was 180 arsonists, but hey,
Yeah.
We're not keeping record of that. But anywho, what up, Bohawk? How you doing, brother, man? Bohawk went to my high school.
Word?
Yeah, man.
Word?
He's a TC Eagle. Yeah, man. Long story short, yeah. I'm not a super big fan of the RNC. However, I did enjoy seeing The Sandman Cometh. I enjoyed that. I liked watching the highest paid mainstream media employee show up on the RNC and talk about the fact that they defamed his name and face and told America to make America great again. I like that.
He was a little stiff.
He read completely from the teleprompter,
but he's 18.
He's still dunking on him, though. I mean, he's making just as much as their highest paid, you know, commentary, whatever. You know, they're journalists they have on there, so that's impressive. I loved Herschel Walker's speech. That was amazing. I thought that was really good. I enjoyed the Democrat from Georgia. I forget what his name is. He happened to be a black guy telling black people that, hey, you don't have to vote Democrat.
Was that the AG?
Yeah, no, that's another guy.
Okay, yeah,
It's
because
so
I
weird.
saw
There's
his
like
speech.
a
He was
bunch of
great.
black Republicans
Huh.
speaking at the RNC.
It's weird.
I thought Republicans were all racist. I thought they hated black people.
Well,
You know, the party that started to end slavery
here's
hates black people, right?
but here's the loophole.
Whoa, loophole.
All right, here's the loophole. Joe Biden said that they ain't black.
Oh, that's why. Did you see the AG address
Republicans
that?
were like, "Oh my gosh, you're right. Let's invite them to the
Because
RNC.
they're not black anymore, bro.
Now we can like them."
Oh, this is so funny. But anyways, anywho, the AG, I forget what his name was, he addressed that as well. He happened to be a black man and called out Joe
Yeah,
Biden.
I saw his speech. That was great.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's weird. I'm not black, and you said that the Republicans would put me in chains. Oh, yeah, and you said the black community was a monolith. But, hey, give me that black vote. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, Uncle Joe, so much fun. Melania's speech was boring. I think the only thing that kept her in there was because she's an attractive lady, so that is the only thing that kept people watching that. Not gonna lie to you, I thought the pardon was pretty cool. The presidential pardon.
Who did he pardon?
They pardoned a guy who was a convicted felon. Turned his life around, gave his life to Jesus. I've never heard Jesus so much ever than last night at the RNC. I heard Donald Trump say that Jesus transformed a guy's life. Putting his faith in Jesus. I heard those words exit the mouth of the President of the United States. Now, I'm not jumping on the Trump as a Christian bandwagon. He is not, okay? I'm not going to do that.
Well,
I would love to see him
okay.
in glory as a brother in faith. I would love to see that.
We can't say that he's not, and we can't say that he is.
But
it is foolish to do either.
Yes.
Except for, like, you know, I mean, you can see, you can judge a man by his fruits.
Yeah.
But
T-Man.
even then, I would resist the urge.
Yes.
To lay out the condition of his soul.
Trump is a Christian. No, I'm not gonna throw that out there. T-Man has some good points. Nikki Haley 2024. No, I'm learning more about her. She's a neocon. I'm not into that world. But I would say I'm not against her, but I'm not for her yet. She's got to prove a lot to me. For me, 2024, I really, really, really want Sarah Huckabee Sanders because she's been in the fire. She's got the pedigree. She's got the background. I just think that she would be great. I think she'd be a great world leader. I think she'd be awesome. I do like the idea. Who's the governor of South Dakota? The one. What's her name? You know what I'm talking about? Governor of South Dakota. Somebody Google that for me. Google it. We're on a live stream. But I like the governor of South Dakota. She's given some really great speeches. I think that she would look good on a ticket. She's got the visual appeal, and she's got the record. She didn't do anything with COVID-19, and magically, South Dakotans didn't all die. Crazy.
Isn't South Dakota where the big oil boom is?
Yes.
Too?
North Dakota, South Dakota,
No,
yes.
Okay, it's both of them.
But yeah, it's the Dakotas. But, you know, it is what it is. But I did like seeing the presidential pardon of the guy who he robbed a bank, but then literally gave his life to Jesus, turned it around, and he started helping felons get back on their feet and reacclimatize to the world, which is a really big need, man. It's like I happen to have an uncle that is in jail. He's serving a 25-year sentence, and he will be released in April, which is unbelievable, thank God. And he's scared, I mean, to get back into the real world.
Recidivism is very high.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to break any laws, but it's just going to be hard to get used to. I mean, there's two things. There's recidivism, and then there's institutionalization, you know, where they don't they've learned to function in a brutal environment. Yeah. Day
in, day out.
Yep.
Coming, it's PTSD. Like it's basically PTSD.
Chrissy Nomi, thank you, T-Man, appreciate you. Chrissy Nomi for the South Dakota governor. She's got the look, and I think she's got the message, and I think that you know, we'll see. I mean, she's in the very middle of America, which is you're going to win the Midwest that way. You know, and it's not like you have to appeal to the coasts anymore. They're lost and burning in hell, so it's all good. New York doesn't really exist anymore, so it is what it is. But no, I think I think it's a really obviously you can't knock the president on his record with prison and prison reform and First Step Act and all the things he's done for prisoners. And he gave a presidential pardon to the guy who had been working with it. Now, he'd been out of jail, but obviously that hangs on your record.
Yeah.
Forever.
You're
You're a felon. And to get that pardon, that's an amazing pardon and stuff like that. So, and he happened to be a black man. Oh my gosh, you know. And on the same night, this is crazy, Trump naturalized citizens to the United States that night. And not a single one of them were white.
What?
Yes, like the most racist president of all time, the guy that's told us that hates immigrants, took immigrants that went through the legal process and naturalized them and sworn them in as American citizens in front of the whole country. Can you believe that?
God, you guys just
He's
incredibly
so racist. He's so racist.
It's disgusting.
Unbelievable. He has a bunch of black guys speak, and he's got naturalized citizens from all over the world that did it the legal way, came through the proper channels, and became American citizens. And he, like, hugged them up and gave them their certificate, letting them know that they're citizens. He swore them in. He swore them in with the oath of the United States of America.
He's a monster. He's a monster.
Orange man bad. Orange man bad! But as you can see already, the tenor of both shows is completely different. You got the Orange Man Bad show for 3 days, 3 or 4 nights. And then you got Trump naturalizing legal immigrants. You got Trump pardoning people who've done amazing things in America. He's reaffirming his defense of the police officers, the people that work hard in our country all the time. Okay? So the real question is, in the episode, is the enemy of the people. Who's actually the enemy of the people? Mm-hmm. Who is actually the enemy of the American people? Is it the RNC or is it the DNC? Now, and I say this as a guy who's not a huge Republican. I'm going to be real with you. I don't sit around and be like, I love the Republican Party. I don't do that. Okay? I don't even know. Sorry. Have you heard that song?
Why I try.
Listen, this Slappy and Adam, freaking Adam, y'all both love Dr. Disrespect. Y'all talk about this guy all the time, to the point where I start watching Dr. Disrespect, and I downloaded like 3 of his songs the other day.
Yeah, I haven't heard the newest one. The newest one's what, called Eclipse or something?
Yeah, it's not as good as the other ones, but it's Dr. Disrespect. But anyways.
It's great stuff.
Oh,
man.
it's classic, and don't worry, we'll get there because you guys are helping us out. You guys are helping us get to the Dr. Disrespect levels. It's all good. The strong one, the mad scientist, will take over, and eventually, Disrespect will be calling us.
Ooh.
But I don't really game. I did play Fortnite for the first time a couple days ago.
Really?
Yeah. They put me in like the scrub class, so I cleaned up a little bit, but everybody like clicks up, and it's like hard to like beat 3 people at one time. So, anyways, anywho, video games. I'm a nerd. The stupid pandemic. I wasn't playing like console video games until the pandemic. You realize that, right?
Yeah, I know.
I didn't play a single console video game, and then Final Fantasy VII, I had to get a freaking console video game.
It's been a while since I've played on the console. I want to get back into PC gaming, but you know,
hey man, it's all
need
good.
a PC that can run PC games.
Yeah. But back to the point. Who's the actual enemy of the people? Who really hates the people? The guys that say Orange Man bad and we have no policies for you?
Yeah.
And they didn't say word one against the rioting, the looting, the destruction. They didn't say anything about that.
Oh,
No support towards the police. No support towards the black community. Ice Cube said it best. I hate to quote Ice Cube. I am not an Ice Cube guy. At all. I'm playing Apex right now, bro. Sorry. Apex, is it good?
It's another battle royale.
Is
game.
it free?
I think so.
Alright, I might have to play it. I might have to try it out. I might get in there, Dusty. I'll mess you up in there, Dusty. Just kidding. I'm not that good. I haven't been good at video games since Halo 2. Now, Halo 2, I can mop everybody, but that's a totally different world, and it's all good. But Bobby the Bolt, Destiny 2. Ooh, it is free. Ew, Apex is free.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to download that tonight. I don't know.
I'd be terrible at it.
What? Why? First person? Not a first person guy?
I'm terrible at first-person shooters.
Just gotta get better, bro.
No, there's no getting better. At least on the console.
Do you have tiger blood, bro? Do you have tiger blood in your veins?
Yes.
Are you a man?
Yeah.
Then get better at first-person shooters!
Nah.
Shoot people, man.
I'm a third person overhead. MOBAs.
I got you.
I can kick some butt in.
Okay, I ain't hating.
But
I'm not gonna hate.
I just don't ever seem to get better when I'm using a controller.
Yeah, I got you.
Mouse and keyboard is a little bit different.
I feel you. Hey, listen, I ain't hating, bro. But who's the enemy of the people? Who is it? Who really is the enemy of the people? The people that are pardoning people? The people that are working for prison reform? The people that are backing the police? The people that are backing society? Or the people that just said Orange Man bad? We got nothing for you other than we got this half senile guy that you know is completely insane and he's running, but hey!
His feed is live.
His feed's live. Just button,
But
no
not
button,
but not really.
button, no button.
It's
Watch,
pre-recorded.
no watch. But hey, there's a black girl as a vice president, so hey, jump on in, man. Jump on in. The water's fine. But yeah, anyways. Anywho, that's the DNC, that's the RNC, which is funny because it brings me to my next point. Kenosha, Wisconsin, was burning down last night because, ironically, the night before the RNC started, the very night before, we had another cop going out and hunting down black men and just shooting them.
Ugh.
We had vicious cops with no intention, no context, just maliciously hunting down black men. And you would believe, this guy's name was Jacob Blake. And for 3 days, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we were told by the mainstream media that all Jacob Blake did was break up a fight. And cops showed up while Jacob Blake was breaking up this fight and chased him to his car and just shot him in his back while his 2 kids were in the car. Now, on the surface, if that's the story, that would be a terrible thing. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, that would be a terrible thing.
That'd be a terrible thing. If somebody
and one
actually
we've seen a million times.
millions of times, right? All
Mm.
235 times, and 225 of those times were justified. Actually, 233 of those were justified, 2 of which were not, and those cops were in prison. But millions of times we've seen this, right?
Yeah.
I keep seeing the memes. How many times wasn't it filmed? How many times has this happened when it hasn't filmed? Well, there's been 375 million police encounters last year alone. 2 unjustified, unarmed black men killed. In both situations, the cops are in prison, but we won't talk about numbers. We'll talk about hysteria!
Well, LeBron James told us.
I mean, LeBron,
that they're being hunted down like animals in the streets.
Hunted. With his make the people who killed Breonna Taylor go to jail again. Oops. That's not aging poorly, but that's aging poorly. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jacob Blake...
Nobody who cares what he says will remember that.
Exactly, they won't care. But we'll never forget LeBron. I remember that you did a race hoax. I remember when you said that the N-word was painting on your house. And I remember that you magically painted over it and didn't call the cops. And when the cops showed up, there was no evidence of a hate crime. And the camera that's right in front of your palatial mansion happened to not work that day.
Good old LeBron Sharpton.
LaFraud James, good job.
LaFraud.
I used to root for you, LeBron. You're from Ohio. You're of my blood, bro. You're blood of my blood. But you hurt me, bro, by lying all the time. But anyways, NBA, Black Lives Matter, equality, all this fun stuff, right? Which we're going to talk about here in a second. But it's happening all the time. 15-second clip. All you see is a black man running towards a car and cops just shooting him in the back.
Basically, you said a 15-second clip?
I think it was like 15-second clip.
Well, that's more than enough time to get the full context and perspective of the incident.
You get the whole story in 15 seconds, right? Wow, yeah. Well, Wednesday happened. Today's Wednesday. What's the Bongino rule? Wait 72 hours and the truth will pop out. It's been 72 hours. And wouldn't you know it, the audio from the 911 call came out. From a lady who is telling the operator that a man by the name of Jacob Blake has broken into her home, stolen her keys, was threatening not to give it back.
Right.
Now, when you search the name Jacob Blake in the registry there in Kenosha, Wisconsin, something popped up. And it wasn't COVID-19, kiddos.
Was it like his many commendations for service to the community?
No, not at all. Nope.
What is it? Was it his registration under the superhero
Registration Act?
registration act? Yeah.
No. Tony Stark, not that at all. He happened to be a felon, and not just a felon. One with an active warrant out for his arrest.
Ah,
So
that's
strange, right?
yeah.
So the guy who has a third-degree sexual assault felony with an active warrant has a misdemeanor in trespassing and disorderly conduct.
Okay.
Weird. So he's a wife-beating, B&E, breaks into places and just is places where he's not supposed to be. And he's into disorderly conduct, which already the 911 operator knows this information as she calls the police to go stop this guy. Mm-hmm. So the cops are armed with the information that there's a man named Jacob Blake who's broken into a home, stolen keys, raising a ruckus, and he has disorderly conduct as a misdemeanor in his background. He has trespassing in his background, which he's doing it again. Patterns, they don't seem to change. And he's got a sexual assault felony. So he's willing to put his hands on human beings, and in this case, on women. So he's a wife-beating, trespassing, disorderly conduct guy before they even get there.
Now let me ask you a question. This woman
Yes.
whose keys he stole, did she know who he was?
She did. That's the girl that he beat, and that's, So he's going back to the scene of the crime to commit more crime. Such a powerful message to release the people early, right? But anyways, cops show up, and you would think that Jacob Blake, knowing that he is a felon, with a warrant out for his arrest, would just submit and go peacefully with the cops because he's already got a warrant out for his arrest.
How long has that warrant been out?
Since July.
So
he's been on the run since July. He has been on the run since July. But not only does he resist arrest, he runs towards his vehicle, opens his car door to get into his vehicle. Now, as a cop, I know that I'm going into a situation with a disorderly guy who beats women with a felony on top of it, and he trespasses.
And a warrant.
And a warrant for his arrest.
That he's been skipping out on since July. So
he's a dangerous guy.
So he's desperate to get away.
So,
at the very least.
So the guy's either going to try to flee, or he's going to do something stupid, like try to keep himself out of jail, like pull a gun out of his car.
Now, as the police officer, do you know which one he's going to do?
Don't know. You have no clue. All you have is the pattern of history that is literally put into the court system about this dude. But Ray, he had 2 kids in the car. Whoop-de-doo. Felons have kids all the time. Okay, let's get real. But when you go into a vehicle after you've resisted arrest of the police officers, what do the police officers expect you to do? Oh, well, he was just going to get him a stick of gum to give it back to him. Are you kidding me? He was either fleeing or grabbing a weapon. Are you going to let either one of those happen as a person who enforces the law of these United States of America? And I make a comment that now the narrative just got completely blown up. So not only the media lied, the media said that he was just breaking up a fight. No, he was the cause of the 911 call. He wasn't an innocent bystander. He's a felon running from the law. And he's going back to the scene of the crime of the girl that he did all this stuff to.
Are you telling me that the president, that Orange Man was right? That the media is the enemy of the people?
Yes, sir. And because of the enemy of the people, who is the media, telling this absurdity before they know all the facts, and they're just using a 15-second clip of a video, throwing it out everywhere, shocker, the day before the RNC, I guess there's no intentions there,
No.
sets off a crap storm for BLM rioters and Antifa rioters to start burning down Kenosha on Tuesday night, which subsequently leads to the fact of a 17-year-old kid having to defend himself against a person throwing a Molotov cocktail at him and beating him with a skateboard. So he takes his assault rifle, his First Amendment right, and plugs both of them. They're dead. So because Slappy McSlappersons, Jacob Blake, just wanted to buck the law and then go back to the scene of the crime where he already started some things which caused him to be a felon. 2 people lost their lives last night, and countless businesses got burnt down in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Woo!
The media lied, and
people died. The media lied, and people died. The media lied, people died. Huh. Who's the enemy of the people again? Who's the enemy of the people?
The media.
Shocker. Now, the NBA, in all of its infinite wisdom,
they're geniuses.
they're so smart.
They're killing the
are
game
pissed.
this year. Killing it. Killing the game this year.
Oh yeah, their ratings are just amazing.
Oh gosh,
awesome.
I haven't seen ratings this good since 90 Day Fiancé.
Whoa. Time out on the field. Time out on the field. JBN, you requested it. We're gonna give it to you.
Actually,
man.
Dusty Joe did it first. Hey media, don't touch my no-no square.
What?
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
That is the most ridiculous video ever.
Were those people from Sweden?
Yes.
Oh, they didn't social distance or anything like that.
This
Same
was before that time. This is an artifact from life before.
Oh, before
COVID-19.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So they've made up for their sins by being smart and pragmatic. But yes, I got you. Don't touch me there, media. Media lies. People die. NBA thinks, oh, we're gonna put Black Lives Matter on the floor of our bubble, and then
That's what people want to see.
because people want to see that, and we're gonna put Black Lives Matter narratives on the back of our jerseys because that is gonna bring the people in to watch us.
Well, like what? Like sayings like "down with the nuclear family," or
Yeah, I don't know too many people that like nuclear families that are into the NBA or Black Lives Matter or Marxism for that. You know what I mean? I have to give Jason Whitlock some love from Outkick the Coverage. He calls BLM bigots love Marxism. That's what it should stand out for. The bigots love Marxism. But yeah, that's another time, another story for another time.
I heard someone, I think it was DC Drano, who posited it as burning, looting, and murder.
Yeah, burning, looting, and murder. Yes, BLM, amazing. So the NBA, chimes in on all this wokeness because they think that Twitter is the real world. Spoiler alert: it is not. Their ratings got beat by 90 Day Fiancé.
That's what I was gonna say. I haven't seen ratings this good since 90 Day Fiancé.
Produced, it's the bug.
Oh, is it?
It's the bug. He's just hanging out, man. He's just hanging out. He's the bug just hanging out. But the NBA is getting crushed, getting dunked on by a reality TV show. Congratulations. And the Jacob Blake thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't believe this. Wednesday morning, it was public record that Jacob Blake was a felon. He had an active arrest for his warrant. And literally, basically the narrative got blown up. But the NBA still, in all their infinite wisdom, decided not to play today. They boycotted their games, their playoff games today.
All right, well, so they forfeited their games.
Well, no. See, the NBA, I think that they should have done that. I think they should have just forfeited the game, especially the Bucks, because they were the first ones to do it, and they're playing the Orlando Magic, our team. So that would have given the Orlando Magic
The Orlando Marxists.
The Orlando Marxists. Well, to be fair,
To be fair, they
They
did have one dude.
they had one dude who stood up,
They had one dude.
which is great. One is better than none. It would have given the Magic a win. It would desperately needed because they were down 3-1. But they're just going to postpone them because it's the NBA and they're not smart. So the funny thing is they're going to postpone these games because a felon with an active warrant and trespassing charge trespassed back on the same person that he sexually assaulted. So they're think about this. Liberal logic. Think about this. You have effectively boycotted a basketball game. To be fair. So you've boycotted playing the playoff game, your job, which is a child's game, by the way. You're paid to play a child's game for a wife-beating warrant running away from God. That's essentially what you've done. You have literally bent the knee of wokeness to a guy who beats his wife and avoids the prison time that he deserves. Man, they're just getting
Well, I mean,
amazing out there.
to be honest, to be fair,
To be fair.
to be fair,
To be fair.
to be fair,
To be fair.
the whole BLM movement started with the exact same thing.
Mm.
You know, what was it?
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah, hands up, don't shoot.
Hands
A
up, don't
complete
shoot.
lie.
That
He
never
wasn't
happened.
just an innocent guy who happened to be walking down the street while black. You know, none of that was true. The riots in Ferguson over, a similar shooting were all predicated on complete lies, and
Ferguson burned.
and made a hero of a person who was not
No.
anywhere close to a hero.
No.
Who got himself in the situation where he got shot.
He literally robbed a grocery store minutes before his death. Then
And
he
then-
reached into a police vehicle and reached for a cop's gun while broke his
Yeah.
skull.
Yeah, it broke his orbital bone.
But the cop was being racist.
Well, then the cop, of course, he assaulted a police officer. The cop went to stop him as he just decided to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Stop."
Yep.
He had his weapon drawn, and the kid turns around and decides,
Michael
you know
Brown.
what? Yeah, Michael Brown decides to turn around and charge the police officer. To give him a hug.
Give him a big hug. That's what he was doing.
To give him a hug.
After he just broke his skull.
He was just gonna give him a hug.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you didn't really have to use all that force. You didn't have to use that excessive force. That's what I keep hearing. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean you deserve to die or the excessive force. First of all, put yourself in that position.
Yes.
Put yourself in that position. A crazed big dude chases you. Doesn't matter if he's white, black, brown.
And he's already broken your face.
Already broken your face. Stop. Just stop. Gosh almighty. But guess what? It happened with Jake Blake. It's happened with George Floyd.
You know what? He not only just broke his face, but you had to wrestle your weapon.
Yes.
You
away
had
from him.
you had to fight for your life to keep your weapon because he was going to take it and murder you.
No, that's weird.
Because you told him to get out of the middle of the
But he
street.
was just a sweet young kid.
It's just a
Just
sweet
a
little
sweet young
just
kid.
a sweet young kid.
Just like Jacob. I mean, listen,
wanted to-
Jacob Blake was just a father trying to drive his kids around.
Just thought his gun was cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Jacob Blake was just a good father trying to break up a fight until he was evading the warrant out for his arrest, right? George Floyd was just an innocent man who held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach.
Yeah.
And in the video that they just released, you could see that he swallowed fentanyl. You know why he died? He was swallowing the drugs he was about to sell. Are you kidding me? That came out 2 days ago. Did you see that?
Oh, he had intent to
The
sell.
the DEA, no, not intent to sell, but the DEA in one of the scenes of the body cam, you can see a white substance in George Floyd's mouth as he's swallowing, as he's trying to bullcrap the police out of knock out of the car.
And then he starts to
Because
lose
drug
it.
dealers do that. They swallow the drugs so they don't get the drug charges. That's why he had excessive levels of fentanyl in his freaking system. That's how he died. These cops are going to walk, and you jackasses are going to burn down an already burnt down city. Are we serious? Jacob Blake, freaking Michael Brown. We got George Floyd already. Notice that nobody's talking about George Floyd anymore because the body cam video came out, and those cops weren't really that racist. They weren't racist at all.
Nope.
There were 3 other people in that vehicle. None of them died because they weren't dumping fentanyl in their system and they didn't resist arrest. They complied and they lived. Shocker.
Yep.
Michael Brown, Jacob Blake, freaking George Floyd. It's a simple step, guys. 1, don't break the law. 2, when cops are trying to confront you, comply and you won't die.
But let's take a step back, because you're right about those
Oh my
things.
gosh.
You're right about those things. But let's examine, really, why are these cities burning? Why are people dying? Way more than in these riots than to police brutality
That's weird.
over these past few months.
BLM
Why?
and Antifa have killed more people this year than police.
Yes.
Have killed more
But
people
why
than police.
have they been allowed? Why have they been able to stoke this rage and start these fires. Why? Because the media lies every chance that they get when there's a video of a policeman shooting a black person.
Yep.
They do not care.
Nope. They lie and people die. Like, think about this. You lied about Floyd, and how many people died because of that? I think at one point it was like 26 people were a direct result of the rioting in Minnesota. Okay? You lie about Michael Brown, people died in Ferguson. You lied about freaking people with this Jacob Blake guy, and 2 people have already died from this. Which brings me to the crescendo. It's like the truth. It's almost like God is like revealing the truth all of a sudden. Officer Tatum, the man, the myth, the legend, drops the bomb last night and actually releases the full police report of the Breonna Taylor situation. Oops. BLM's killed more than Hillary. I don't know. Hillary's kill count's pretty high. You got Benghazi, you got Haiti, you got a lot of things going on there, right?
Yeah, Haiti's a big one.
That's crazy. So, Breonna Taylor drops. What was the story with this one? Remember? She was just a sweet EMT, wasn't doing nothing, and she was just sleeping in her bed. And the police issue this no-knock warrant, bust in the door, and just start lighting her up while she's asleep. Remember, that was the story, right? That was the story! And y'all believed it. And LeBron is sitting there wearing a make the people who killed Breonna Taylor go to jail again. He's literally advocating for this woman. But uh-oh! The truth comes out, kiddos. Breonna Taylor hadn't been an EMT for a long time. So let's throw that one out the water. She was never even in bed. We'll get to that one in a second. She happened to be helping her drug dealer boyfriend drug deal. That's why she was on the freaking warrant in the first place. You don't get on warrants unless the police have a reasonable assertion that you were a part of this crime. And in this report, they have her on audio admitting that she's going to a, quote, trap house, that she's worried about the police coming to their house, and that she goes and does the pickups and drop-offs of drugs.
Let me read this article.
Go ahead, bro.
Louisville police report details alleged drug trafficking connections that led to Breonna Taylor warrant. Now, this line is erroneous. She was killed during a no-knock raid on her home in March.
What time out?
They did have the warrant for a no-knock raid.
They had the warrant for that.
But they did knock and announce themselves.
And you know who admitted it? Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. Yeah, they came knocking loud at my door, so I started shooting at him. So much for the no-knock warrant. Keep going. Sorry.
The Louisville Metropolitan Police Department released a report this week providing more details about Breonna Taylor's alleged connections to drug trafficking that led police to obtain and execute a no-knock search warrant at her home in March, the Courier-Journal reported.
Even though they knocked, but keep
Yes.
going.
They had the warrant, but they didn't use it to its full extent.
Come on, Blaze.
Taylor was shot 8 times and killed by police who broke into her home in the middle of the night on March 13th. Police shot back after Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired a shot at them when they entered the apartment. No drugs or money were found at the apartment. What's in the report? Recorded calls about bail money. During a call from jail on March 12th, Jamarcus Glover, the main target in the drug probe, called a friend and told her that Taylor was keeping $8,000 of his money and that she had been handling all of my money. Glover and Taylor had dated a couple of years prior. In January, in another call from jail, Glover called Taylor to ask her to arrange for obtaining bail money from a mutual associate. Taylor posted bail for Glover twice in 2017, and there were 27 calls from Glover to Taylor while he was in jail at various points from January 2016 to January 2020.
She didn't know nothing. She didn't know he was a drug dealer. She didn't know nothing. Keep going.
Glover and Taylor seen leaving alleged drug house together.
What? No
Police
way.
reportedly observed Taylor and Glover visiting a known drug house together on February 13th. According to the report and a call from jail the same day, Taylor was killed. Glover expressed confusion to an associate named Adrian Walker about why the police searched Taylor's apartment when their only connection was the bail money, and Walker responded that it was probably because of the photos of them going to the drug house.
I mean, but she didn't see nothing. She didn't know nothing.
But here's the best part.
Go ahead.
Here's the best part.
Hit me with it.
The mayor criticizes the report. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher criticized the Courier-Journal's publication of the information from LMPD's report as reckless in a statement.
Wait, reckless? Why?
Yeah. Breonna Taylor's death was a tragedy, period. Justice, peace, and healing are what is needed for her. For her...
Time out. No, time out. They moved the goalpost on that one. People were supposed to go to jail because of this, man.
Yeah.
But now it's, we just want it to go away.
Justice, peace, and healing are what is needed for her,
Get out of here.
for her family, and for our community. Today, a news story was released that includes information related to the Breonna Taylor case, despite the fact that the Attorney General and FBI have insisted that the investigation remain confidential for the integrity of the judicial process as a whole. In addition, attorneys for Breonna's family, the county attorney, and the civil attorneys for the officers are under a protective order that does not permit them to disclose evidence in this case. It is deeply reckless for this information, which presents only a small fraction of the entire investigation, to be shared with the media while the criminal process remains ongoing. It would be unjust to draw conclusions about this case before the investigation is complete and the full truth comes out. And efforts to sway opinion and impact the investigation by releasing select information are wrong and divisive at a time when our city needs unity more than ever before.
Time out.
You mean releasing selected information is wrong and divisive?
Releasing the truth is wrong and divisive now. Releasing the truth is wrong and divisive. Translation: we were already dividing everyone through this, calling every white person racist, all cops are systematically racist, she didn't do nothing. And now the truth comes out and she had something to do with it. And now they want peace and unity and not division.
Yeah. Now it's wrong to post select information.
Liberal logic!
And it's divisive.
Liberal logic!
You know, like 15 seconds of a
Oh, yeah.
of a police altercation.
Oh, but not releasing the audio of the 911 call, or like releasing 8 minutes of a 32-minute film of the George Floyd situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
That wasn't wrong and divisive. That was justified, and we're demanding justice. But this, it was actually wrong of them to release the full 32-minute body cam of George Floyd. That's what's wrong and divisive.
So, couple lessons.
The 911 call on the Jacob Blake.
Can't do that.
That's wrong and divisive.
It's wrong and divisive to expose the fact that I had an active warrant, and, whatever. But hey, it's all good. No, good news. I don't think Jake died. I think he's paralyzed. But let's get real. Here's the theme that I keep seeing in all these cases. One, you play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. Okay? When you play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. When you try to, take fentanyl, and you're a known criminal, you've held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach, and you swallow a bunch of fentanyl, you're gonna die. Because those are the choices that you made. When you're Michael Brown and you decide to rob a convenience store, rush a cop, break his skull, try to take his gun, and then charge him again, did you think the taser was coming out? Taser guy in Atlanta, right? Cops are completely cordial the entire time, 30-minute video, but then they gotta arrest him because he fails the field sobriety test. He goes off, knocks down both of the cops, grabs the taser, turns around to shoot the taser at the cop. Play dumb games, get dumb prizes. Breonna Taylor, she didn't do nothing. Why are you going to drug houses? Why are you living with a drug dealer? Why are you in that world? Drugs, there are two outcomes: jail or the funeral home. That's it. Nobody gets out unscathed. It's a pipe dream. I'm going to get in a drug game and then everything go work out. No, every drug dealer knows I'm either going to jail or I'm going to die. If you hang out with those people, guess what? Doesn't the Bible talk about not hanging around fools and idiots? Yeah. Those who want to murder? Oh, jeez.
Those whose feet are swift to murder or whatever.
Forget that. Forget that. Play dumb games, get dumb rewards, kids. If you have sexually assaulted someone and you're running from the law, probably not a smart idea to go back to that house and trespass there. The cops are going to come. Probably not smart to run from the cops. Gee, I wonder why you're running from the cops, because you don't want to go to jail.
And you might want to get a weapon.
Gosh forbid. Last night,
because you don't want to go to jail.
Last night, 17-year-old defending himself against psychopath Antifa people who are burning down his city. You come at a person with an assault rifle, with a Molotov cocktail, and a skateboard, which is on film, by the way, for everyone to watch. I encourage you all to watch that. Do you think he's just going to say, guys, no, Kevin, no, stop, no. No. He's going to draw his weapon and put you down. And guess what? There's a thing called self-defense for a reason. And there's so much video of these guys assaulting this guy. He's going to get off scot-free. It sucks he had to plug two guys, but it is what it is. You play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. That's how it works. That's how it works. You reap what you sow. Oh, isn't that from the Bible too?
It is.
Oh, that's
Be
strange.
not deceived. God is not mocked.
Oh, you
Whatsoever
reap
a
what you
man
sow.
soweth, that shall he
Now,
also reap.
Keep in mind, I'm not perfect. He's not perfect.
No.
We're chief among sinners.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't a drug house that we're sitting in, I'm assuming, right?
I'll never tell.
Do you have a warrant out for your arrest?
No, I do not.
Okay. If a cop pulls you over, are you going to be like, oh, I'm going to run from you and then run in my car and then try to... No. Comply or die. Oh, whatever. These cops are evil out here. No, no. I am tired of this narrative. Yes, there are bad cops. There are bad podcasters out there, okay? We're not those guys. Okay? They're bad pastors. They're bad... Listen, but on the whole... Preparation H is an amazing thing. Sorry, I had to do that. Remember that from Austin Powers. On the whole, Preparation H is great. Sorry. Austin Powers, it is... okay, boomer. I'm older. I get it.
Whatever.
Whatever. But on the whole, police officers are there sworn to protect and serve. And I know plenty of them. And most of you talking don't know any. Just like all of you freaking liberals out there are like, oh, Marxism's amazing. And you know no Venezuelans. You know no Cubans. You know no people from Albania. You don't know anybody from anywhere.
No Chinese expats.
No Chinese. You don't know Chinese. You don't know anybody. We're here in Orlando. Yes, you may call it the sticks. It is a little country compared to the bigger cities. But guess what? It's international because of that demonic mouse called Mickey. Okay? Mm-hmm. Everybody comes here.
And, frankly, how's New York doing?
Yeah.
How's LA doing?
New York and LA, man.
Yeah, they're the place I want to be.
We're still locked down, even though the pandemic's over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's done. It's a wrap. It's done. Hospitalization's down.
The election hasn't happened yet.
Sorry. November 4th. It'll all be done, okay? But let's come on. Get real. Every one of you are speaking from a spot of little to no experience. There's a reason why I don't talk about ballerina dancing on Plausible Foolishness. I know nothing about a Perrier. I know nothing about the Nutcracker other than I watch it once a year because my freaking daughter likes it, okay? Okay? I don't know anything about it. I don't talk about the ballet. I stay in my lane. If you're a freaking white liberal, no offense, who's university educated, you don't know anything. I'm sorry. You know nothing. You know nothing. You know exactly what they have programmed you to know. I'm literally talking to my buddy up in good old Troy, Ohio. She is going to school not for politics at all. Within 5 minutes, she said the teacher bashed Trump 5 times. In a course that has nothing to do with politics. It's for freaking education, man. We're going into an education class talking about Orange Man Bad 5 times before the freaking class starts.
Indoctrination.
You know nothing. And when you meet Venezuelans and you have the nuts to say Maduro and socialism are good, they will flip you off. They ran from that oppression. Come down to Miami, where this guy's from. Meet some Cubanos. You see them flying the Fidel Castro flag?
No.
Hell to the no. Meet people that actually know cops. Real cops. Ones that go home, go to the job every day, like the freaking gladiators of old, knowing that that might be the day they don't come back to their family. And you tell me that they're all corrupt, they're all evil, they're all wrong. And then you tell me, and you use all of your examples for this Black Lives Matter, bigots love Marxism, burn, loot, and murder movement that they're pushing everywhere right now. And you're telling me that your principal examples are a guy that held a gun to a freaking pregnant woman's stomach and died of fentanyl, a guy who just got shut up because he was running from the law in an active warrant and was breaking the law again, Michael freaking Brown, who started this thing, who never said hands up, don't you, robbed a convenience store, beat up a cop, went for his gun and then rushed him, and Breonna Taylor, who was about that hood life out in the streets with bad boys doing bad things, handling the money of bad people, and you're shocked that she's dead? You're shocked that Michael Brown's dead? It's the cop's fault because a jackass decided to inhale a bunch of fentanyl?
Whatever paves the way to get to the riots.
But the police are bad? Spare me. Remove the shoe from your right foot, find the hardest rock possible, and kick it with all the vigor and power in your body. Then come back and talk to me. I'm done with this bullcrap, man.
Yeah,
And guess what? This is why, patently, the NBA is getting rejected.
Mm-hmm.
You're protesting right now and nobody gives a rat's ass. Sorry, I keep using the word ass a lot. It's in the Bible. It's all good, okay? Jesus rode in on an ass, okay? It was a donkey. You feel me?
Yeah, a rat's donkey.
A rat's donkey, okay? It says piss in the Bible, too. If you look into King James, 2 Kings, it's in there. He pisseth on the wall, okay? I can use that word. All right? But here's the deal. This is the ground you want to... This is what you think is helping the people? Lying to them?
They don't care about
Pushing
the people.
bullcrap? Who's the real enemy of the people? Wake the F up.
They only care about power.
Gosh, man.
This is a power play.
Dude.
This
Insane.
is the brown coats.
It's insane. It's insane.
This is
This is literally the brown. This is literally the brown
BLM
coats.
is the brown coats.
Literally.
And let's say Joe Biden makes it into office, right? Let's say.
God
Do
forbid.
you think he's just gonna let the riots happen, or is he gonna come down like a hammer with the military?
Oh, he's coming down.
Yeah,
He's coming
of
down.
course. We need. The riots have gone too far at this point.
But if Trump did that,
of course,
he's tyrannical. Biden
Now-
does it.
now the question is-
Joe.
Now, yeah, that is true. Now, we could ask about the reverse. Sorry, yeah, it's the brown shirts. I'm saying brown coats. That's straight from Firefly.
Oh, gotcha.
Brown shirts.
I thought at first when I was reading that, I thought it said brown shirts with minus the R.
Gotcha.
I was like, the brown S's? What? Gotcha. Listen, you were on a roll. I wasn't going to stop you.
Now, is it right for? We can always the quest for law and order is a tricky road in my estimation because like you said, the cops are out there.
Yep.
Could be their last day.
Could be.
At the same time, the cops are out there knowingly enforcing unjust laws.
Yep. It's tough.
We want Trump to restore law
You
and
say
order.
Reavers.
Yeah. We want Trump to restore law and we want the cities to restore law and order.
Yep.
Really, that's what I want. I want the cities to restore law and order. If Trump is forced to do it, I'm not going to say boo about it. I'm not upset about it. If Joe Biden did it, would I say boo about it? No, I still wouldn't because law and order needs the people of those cities need law and order to be back in place.
When Obama...
But we would know that he is as corrupt as all get out
100%.
because He didn't say anything about it up
nothing.
until he was in power.
Said
Because
nothing.
it was all a power play. That's the difference.
Like, when Obama killed Osama bin Laden, I don't think a single American was like, ugh, stupid Obama.
Yeah.
Did anybody say that?
No, the only thing we said was like, well, he didn't really do anything. He just approved for SEAL Team 6 to do it. And SEAL Team
I was
6.
celebrating. I think
There was a little bit of that.
Listen,
but ultimately it was like,
I won't
good.
put Obama completely under bus. There's two things I like that he did. Killed Osama bin Laden, defunded NASA. Okay? I was okay with both of those things, alright? Sorry. But the reality of the situation, I'm not going to sit around and poo-poo when stupid idiots do good things, okay? I'm not... Listen, God is using them in mysterious ways, okay? You stupid idiot! Love Firefly.
Yeah, send Summer Glau to handle the riot. All she needs is an axe and a sword.
But yeah, I mean, let's get real. Guys, here's the thing. No matter who... Couple thoughts here.
Dusty Joe should be called in the brown streaks.
The brown streaks. That's about their worth. But long story short, is a couple lessons. One, followers of Christ. Here's the reality of the situation. God's in control. God is in control. God is in control. Good,
Yes.
bad, or whatever. He giveth, he taketh away. Do I think Trump is the best way forward for America? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I will celebrate with champagne, and I will troll all of you Trump haters all day long. I will hit you with the liberal logic all day long. And my pages will explode for it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Magically, the next day, coronavirus will be conquered. Magically, the stock market will explode, even though it's been going up even more. Peace and prosperity will reign because now Trump doesn't have to worry about a re-election. So all these jackass cities that are not doing what they're supposed to do, we're looking at you, Portland. We're looking at you, Seattle. We're looking at you, New York. Law and order is coming, Daddy. He's being very political right now, which is smart. Because he can look and say, hey, these freaking cities, they're acting like China. They're not doing anything. They're letting you die. What do you have to lose? Seattle, Portland, New York. Vote for the Trumpster. That was my best Trump I've ever
That's
pulled
pretty
off.
good.
I was feeling it in the moment.
Yeah, that's
okay?
pretty good.
But he's letting it happen, okay? But guess what? November 4th, it's going down. He's not letting it happen. COVID-19 bullcrap gone. Okay? Most of us will not care because guess what? College football kicks off this Saturday, baby! Did you know that?
Yes, you told me
I told
earlier.
you before the show.
Yeah.
The Corona Bros, you can't stop us, baby! And guess what, DNC? You can't stop the Trump train. So, but either way, if God wills Uncle Joe to serve a couple months as president before he gets Hillary Clinton, and Kamala takes over, it's all going to be okay because God's in control.
Yes, he is.
But the riots are going to stop because Kamala going to throw you back in chains because she did it in California.
Mm-hmm.
You got the weed. You were going to jail. Ha ha ha. It's gonna happen, kiddos.
Except for me, because I like to smoke
But
weed.
I like smoking weed.
Because I'm Jamaican.
Ha ha. Do as I say.
My father thought that was a
Not as I
hilarious
do.
joke.
Oh, sorry, Bobby the Bull. What's up with Notre Dame? We're taking applications for all of you Big Ten fans that won't have football this year because, honestly, in the Midwest, the only team that will be playing is Notre Dame. So if you'd like to, check out NBC. They actually cover all the Notre Dame football games, and you'll actually get to watch football this year. Sorry, Ohio State fans, Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Indiana, Penn State. Who else is the Big Ten? Indiana, Purdue, Padont. All of you guys, you can come join us. South Bend, it's going to be a lot of fun. And guess what? We may even win the ACC this year. We're going to take down those Clemson Tigers, and there's going to be some football. Back America, baby.
Go Canes.
Who? Okay. And we're going to play each other this year. Redemption, baby.
Yep.
Redemption song, baby. But guess what? That's lesson 1. God's in control. Lesson number 2 from all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, don't break the law. It's really simple.
Wampum biscuit. By then, there won't be a post office anymore. At least that's what the Dems want you make you believe.
There'll be no
Good.
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 Okay.
What do we use them for?
Stamps. Stamps. Dusty Joe. Notre Dame sucks. I hate South Bend. Don't break the law. Now, if you happen to break the law, fighting the cop is not going to result in you becoming free. It will result in a bullet coming your way, paid for by my tax dollars. And I gladly give them that responsibility because they're willing to go into the arena and battle dumbasses like you. Sorry, I had to say it again on the show. We should have like how many times racist ass on the show today. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm a little fired up today. Because guess what? Jacob Blake could be sexually assaulting my daughter, beating my kids. If God forbid I couldn't be there to protect them. And he should feel the full weight of the judicial system because of the stupidity. You should feel the weight of the crimes that you've committed. Mm-hmm. Sorry. My sympathy goes away the moment you put your hands on women, period. I'm sorry, Breonna Taylor. I'm sure you were an amazing EMT, even though you hadn't been an EMT for a while. But the reality of the situation is, if you're helping drug dealers, you're helping spread drugs. And guess what? That kills 70,000 people in America every single year. No one talks about it, because we don't want to talk about the opioid pandemic. But Trump does. I'm sorry, George Floyd. I would feel bad for you, but you put a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. And then you slammed a bunch of fentanyl, you dumbass. I don't feel bad for you. Michael Brown, I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you that you broke a freaking cop's face after you'd already robbed the store, went for his gun, and then charged him again. But I'm not going to sacrifice my safety or the safety of my fellow citizens that will follow the freaking law because you want to be a dumbass. Comply or die.
What did somebody on your TikTok say? Isn't the life of a citizen worth more than a life of a cop?
Isn't a citizen's life more important than a cop's? Let's put this thing into context. There's a reason why, if you're a citizen, if you comply with the officer, even though he may be wrong in that place, to fight it out in court, rather than right there with the police officer.
Turns out you have rights.
You have rights. The moment you break the laws of this country, you don't have rights.
But you still have the right to habeas corpus. The right to, a trial by jury, to face your accuser, etc., etc., etc. You still have those rights, unless, the Patriot Act is involved, which
Sports timeout.
needs to be gone.
Sports timeout. You know what, Bo? I want you to hear this and hear it well. Notre Dame is the most underrated team in college sports right now. You know why? Because the Pac-12 and the Big Ten decided not to play. And now you're letting the world beaters hail to beautiful Notre Dame. You've released a rabid, crazed Irish monster into the ACC, and he will devour all of your heroes. Your golden calves are going to burn. Starting with Dabo and frickin' Clemson. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. Got a little intense.
Why do you like Notre Dame?
My mom was a huge Notre Dame fan. I love Jerome Bettis, and I love Lou Holtz, and I love the tradition. I love the butt kicking that happened over there. I just like it, man. I love the classiness of the university. I love the fact that they have to actually go to school to play there. I love the fact that they're independent and they don't play in a conference and they play everybody and anybody and play the toughest schedule in America every freaking year. I love that. And they're Midwest. And they're just tough as nails.
Okay.
Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame. But Rudy sucks. I'm sorry. I will admit that. As a Notre Dame fan, win one for the Gipper. Awesome. 4 Horsemen. Woo! Awesome. Rudy sucks. And Ian Book is going to run wild on all your secondaries in the ACC, baby. And even if we lose to Clemson, we're getting into the playoff.
You might be a little too loud.
Sorry. I'm getting a little too crazy today.
It's all good.
I'm a little jacked up, man. I got you.
So,
Dusty, you lived in South Bend? So what, bro? Did you go to Notre Dame? Did you really live in South Bend if you didn't go to Notre Dame, Dusty? Did you really? There's not a better atmosphere in college football than touchdown freaking Jesus. The walk-in. The pageantry. Sorry, man.
Well, the question could be stated: did you live in South Bend if you went to Notre Dame?
True. They're two different worlds.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll
So
admit
if he actually lived in South Bend, then no wonder he hates
That's true.
Notre Dame, because college students are idiots.
That's true. That's true. Notre Dame, baby! What's he got?
And you call yourself an Ohioan?
I don't hate Ohio State. Bo, here's the problem with Ohio State, okay? We're getting completely off topic, okay? It's just about knowing your enemy, okay? But when you have an amazing coach, what was Sweater Vest's name? Oh, dang it. I forget his name. He coached Craig Krenzel and Maurice Claret. Oh, gosh. Who was the coach before Urban Meyer? That's going to drive me nuts. I loved him. I thought he was awesome. He had Troy Smith. He had great Ohio State teams. Won a national championship with them. And you fire him for the hellspawn that is Urban Meyer? Are you kidding me? Because of tattoos? Because kids want to get some tattoos? That's bollocks, as the English call it. That's bullcrap. So, my allegiance... And here's the deal. Bo, I'm going to be real. I was a coach, a D1 coach. So whoever I coached for, I had to be the biggest fan of. That's the first lesson you learn when you become a Division I coach. Your allegiances go away. Because you're a mercenary at this point. When I was coaching at the University of Akron, I was a go zipper all day long, even though they're not going to have football this year. Sorry, Zips. I'm an alumni. That sucks. When I was coaching at South Florida, you better believe I was about that bull life all day long. Go Bulls. Okay? They played Bulls on parade. When I coached at UCLA, I hit him with that A-clap. UCLA. I hit him up. Listen, I was there, bro. I was in the fire. I was in Pasadena, baby.
I would find it hard to do that.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? When your check comes from them, it's really not that hard.
Yeah.
When you see that check that says UCLA, you were a fight Bruin fan.
Well, I'd want the people I was training to do well.
100%.
So there's that.
True.
But the only chant I want to make is CANES Canes.
But anywho. But who's the real enemy of the people here? I will speak on that state from up north. I will not use their name. It starts with an M, ends with an N, and when you grow up in the state of Ohio, we train our children from day one. Like when you flush down a poo-poo, where does it go? It goes to Michigan. You're right. That poo-poo does go to Michigan. But that's the only time I'm going to say it. What's funny is your governor...
That's what happened with that city.
Your governor celebrated Jim Tressel, my dude Jim Tressel. Listen, your governor literally celebrated the Big Ten ending football. Celebrated it.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. We don't need that revenue.
We don't need that revenue in our state. She's banned high school football, even though it's playing right now in the South. She's banned college football. But ironically, the Lions, who didn't practice today because of Jacob Blake, are still going to play.
The
Doesn't have
Detroit
all the
Lions?
power. She doesn't have quite all the power yet.
Mm.
But here's what's funny, and good old Clay Travis pointed this out on Outkick the coverage, so I'm going to give him love for this thought. Isn't it funny that the Big Ten is based in Chicago, made a decision for all these Midwestern states that would never vote the way that people vote in Chicago?
Mm.
And don't you think that is going to help the Trump train? Do you think that people in Wisconsin, after this whole Jacob Blake thing, is going to be pumped up to the fact that they can't play football because some jackass in Chicago made a decision for their state? Do you think people in Nebraska are okay with the fact that their season got canceled because that's the only thing that's in Nebraska, which is Nebraska Cornhusker football? Go Big Red! This became a sports show really fast.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that they're pumped about that? Do you think people in Pennsylvania, which is a swing state, is cool that the Pitt Panthers are going to play all season, the Steelers and the Eagles will play all season, and all of their high school sports will play, except for the biggest college football team in their state, Penn State? Not so happy in Happy Valley. Ohio. Think about the great state of Ohio. O-H-I-O. All of high school football. The Cincinnati Bearcats, that's college football. The Cincinnati Bengals, that is NFL football, despite what you think. The Cleveland Browns, yes, the laugh of the league. all will be playing, but Ohio State will not, which is the biggest draw there is. If you've been to the shoe and you've seen Buckeye Nation and the dotting of the freaking I as 110,000 people lose their collective minds, you think that they're happy that some dumbass in Chicago made a decision that didn't even include the college presidents? You think they're cool with that? You think that goes in the favor of Trump or against him? Indiana, you think that goes in the favor for Trump or not? Notre Dame's playing. They'll be playing in South Bend, Indiana. But two of their prominent teams, Purdue and Indiana, not going to get to play. Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota. How do you think this is going to play? When the one thing that you love seeing in the fall isn't going to happen, and the only thing that you can focus on is an election. You think that helps the Dems or hurts them? When you take away the bread and circus, the people revolt, kids.
It shows that they're serious about COVID-19.
Nobody is. That's the thing. I'm sitting at 7-Eleven. I'm in the line with 10 people. 2 people are wearing masks. The rest of us are laughing our asses off at how absurd this thing is. And I'm like, hey, you know anybody that died from COVID? No. You know anybody that died from COVID? No. You know anybody that died from COVID? No. I know somebody who got it, but they had it for like 1 day. That's the story in Florida. That's the story in the Midwest, kids. And guess what? Oh, gosh.
Gators. Ugh.
Dusty, gosh, you just killed my buzz. You just killed my buzz, Dusty. Why did you do that? I love the subs, but come on, bro. All right, Dusty, if you give us 10 more subs, I will shill out and say, "Go Gators!"
No, I won't.
Okay, but what do you?
There's a
think
saying in Miami. It's great to hate state. It's greater to hate a gator.
Now, think about this. How do you think that's going to play in the Midwest when you got cold, bitter cornfields of nothingness, and you can't watch your favorite frickin' team on Saturday, and the only thing that's on your television, I'm Joe Biden. I promise I won't die in my first term. And you got Trump.
But I do promise that I will turn it over to Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Carmela Harris.
I promise she's black. That's what you're going to see. And you know that the decision had nothing to do with the university presidents and one jabroni in the city of Chicago. That your entertainment, gone. Opportunity for those kids to play and get to the next level, gone. Because some jackass in Chicago. Think that plays well? Speaking of playing well, do you think these riots, the burning, the killing, and radio silence from old Joe is helping the Democratic cause?
No.
Even Don Lemon, I love that Tucker calls him that.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon is telling Biden, hey, yo, bro, you got to tell people to end the riots or Trump's going to win again. Not because Don actually cares about people. This guy.
No.
Who hates on white guys all the time, or hates on white men in general, but's married to one. Isn't that ironic? That's ironic.
It's almost like he'll say whatever whatever his boss tells him to say.
You gotta know that Ron Burgundy reads everything that's on the teleprompter, okay? This is Black Ron Burgundy, okay? Now, Don Lemon begs Joe... take this one away.
Don Lemon begs Joe Biden to call for an end to riots because they're killing people. Because they're burning down businesses. Wait, no. What does that say there? Oh, they're hurting Democrats in the polls.
Because that's what's important, guys.
Not because people are being killed and businesses are being destroyed.
Attaboy, Don Lemon. Attaboy.
CNN's Don Lemon is ready for the riots in America to stop. Not because people have been killed, not because people have been seriously injured, not because livelihoods have been ruined as entire blocks of cities are burned to the ground. The riots must stop, Lemon said Tuesday night, because they're starting to hurt Democrats in the polls. With fewer than 3 months until Election Day, Lemon is concerned that Joe Biden's chances of defeating President Donald Trump will decrease if Biden doesn't publicly call for an end to rioting,
What?
blame it all on Trump, and promise to address police reform if he gets elected. During a segment with Chris Cuomo, the two hosts discussed an NPR PBS NewsHour Marist poll that showed only 53% of people view the protests as mostly legitimate. Really? A whole 53% of people view that? I don't even think that's, I guess mostly legitimate might be...
I call bullcrap.
Yeah, I still call it bullcrap. Down from 62% of people who viewed them that way in June. Only 28% of people thought the demonstrations were people acting unlawfully. Only 28% of people thought the demonstrations were people acting unlawfully?
It is embarrassing.
Did they take it on like
Well, because CNN
Berkeley campus?
Well, because CNN told the Democrats that they're polling, because they're not polling Republican people, they're not polling centrist people, they're polling Democrats, because that's how it always works. Is Democrats don't work, so they have plenty of time to do these polls.
Yeah.
So sorry. No, I'm not. They have time to do these polls and would do this for CNN or for Marist. And shockingly, they believe the narrative. They believe what's told to them. They believe it's a mostly peaceful riot as a building behind the guy saying that is burning. They literally believe that these peaceful protests are peaceful protests that aren't peaceful protests at all.
Mm-mm.
A real peaceful protest would be like what our brother John MacArthur did in California. Did you see that video?
Yeah.
He's like, "Welcome to the Grace Church peaceful protest."
And I think he got hit with something for it too.
Yep. Gotta stand for the gospel, baby.
Yep.
Stand for the gospel. Keep
Well,
going.
only 28% of people thought the demonstrations were people acting unlawfully in June. In August, that number rose to 38%. Cuomo made the point that to much of the public, the riots are indistinguishable from those who may be attempting to peacefully protest. Great point, Cuomo!
Gosh, he's so smart.
Gosh, what's happening in Kenosha is a Rorschach test for the entire country, Lemon said. And I think this is a blind spot for Democrats. I think Democrats are ignoring this problem or hoping that it will go away, and it's not going to go away. And so unless someone comes up with a solution over the next 73 days or 70, so however many days are left, 68 days, the problem is not going to be fixed by then. But what can they do? And I think maybe Joe Biden may be afraid to do it. He's got to address it. He's got to come out and talk about it. He's got to do a speech like Barack Obama did about race. Let me continue. He's got to come out and tell people that he's going to deal with the issue of police reform in this country, and that what's happening now is happening on Donald Trump's watch. And when he's the president and Kamala Harris is the vice president, then they will take care of this problem. Guess what? The rioting has to stop. Chris, as you know and I know, it's showing up in the polling. It's showing up in focus groups. It is the only thing right now that is sticking.
The funny thing is how are you going to stick this to Trump?
Yeah, when Trump's been actively against it the entire time, offering assistance to all of these places, and every single one of them is like, no, we don't want your fascism in our state.
And it's democratically run cities and democratically run states.
People aren't...
Listen,
people
are stupid.
Everybody's stupid in some way.
People are stupid.
Everybody is stupid in some
yeah.
way. But this is so obvious.
100%.
This is so glaringly obvious.
100%. 1,000%. But then again, who is the enemy of the people? Like, think about this. If Biden really loved the people, wouldn't he want to protect those lives? What's the Democratic talking point? If it could save one life, where are you at, Joe? Media, where are you at? You keep defending these protests. You keep defending the shenanigans. Who's the enemy of the people, man? What's going on? Mad just like us.
Yeah. A time is coming when men will go mad, and when they see someone who is not mad, they will attack him, saying, "You are mad. You are not like us."
Ooh, Bobby the Bull. That was a good one, Bobby. I like that one, man. But yeah, who's the real enemy of the people, man? And we're in a madhouse. And the people that are sane are going to be demonized. I mean, it just is what it is. But choose for you this day who you're going to serve, man. At the end of the day, like, what's it going to look like? What's your America going to look like? What are you going to put your voting behind? What are you going to do? Are you going to fall to the knees of this very small percentage of people? It just is what it is, man. There's not that many people out there that think like these psychopaths. Mm-hmm. And the farther you go to the left, the farther you push the people in the middle, that didn't really hate Trump but weren't going to vote for him, you're going to push them right into his loving arms. This is how it goes, man. And, you know, at the end of the day, if that's what you want, hey, listen, use that liberal logic to our advantage and have a better future for our kids. I'm totally cool with that. So continue to do so and continue to keep pushing this. I'm totally down with it, man. But I think there's a very clear distinction growing between the left and the right. And it's really, 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 really hard to ignore it at this point. You feel me, dog? Dude, it's been a great show today, man. What are your final thoughts for the people? Give them something to go home with. Give them something to chew on before they see our sexy faces again 1 week from now, bro. What do you got, man?
Always put me on the spot.
Yeah, that's my job.
The truth will out. That's what we can take heart in.
Yep.
The truth will be revealed, and the truth will set us free. So, we can look at the media, clearly the enemy of the people. Donald Trump was right. Dare I say it?
What? How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, gosh. Every time. Where does she come from, bro?
The pits of hell.
How does she have, like, demon powers? Is that how she shows up on our show?
She might.
Oh
She
my
might.
gosh, she's terrible.
How dare you?
God, man. Oh, she's a mama.
That's great.
Chick is terrifying. Why is she on my side? Why doesn't she come from your side?
That's a great question.
Why is she always going after the black guy? Why do white liberals always want to attack black people? I don't understand it.
I think we know why. I think she's coming from Joe Biden's armpit.
Ah!
Yeah, the truth will out. So we can be filled with fear and watching the world fall apart because everybody listens. The Ring.
The Ring.
That's great. We can be filled with fear because we watch the world devolve around us, all because a small group of people in the seats of power, in the halls of power, lie like crazy, and they believe them instantly.
Yep.
And we can be fearful because of that. Or we can take a step back and we can know that the truth will out and that the truth will set us free.
Yep.
And we need not fear.
Yep. I like it. Final thought for the day for Uncle Ray Ray. God is in control. And at the end of the day, it's so funny that those old principles keep showing up every single day in 2020. There's a reason why the Word of God, the Bible, is the most relevant, most sold book of all time. The same principles continually need to be used throughout the entirety of human history because we are all in the human condition. We are all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. I hate to steal from Bobby the Bull because he's quoting Romans 1. Well, I'm going to quote Romans 2. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That is the absolute reason why Christ came and died for every single sin that you and I and Jacob Blake have committed. Okay? There's a reason why Jesus came, because at the end of the day, left to our own devices, we are damned to an eternity in hell because we have turned our back on God numerous times over and over and over and over again. And God in his wisdom and in his grace and his mercy made a way for us to be with God for eternity through his son Jesus Christ, who came and lived a perfect life and died a horrible, horrendous death, probably the worst that has ever been recorded in history, and took that death and came back on the third day, overcoming death, so that we can overcome death for anyone that calls in the name of Jesus, that says that Jesus is Lord and turns from their sin. Those who call on Jesus will be saved. Period. And guess what, kiddos? I'm inviting you to do that every single day. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for checking out Plausible Foolishness. Thank you for checking us out on TikTok. We love it. Thank you for checking us out here at Twitch or twitch.tv/Plausible Foolishness. We love every single one of you. We will figure out the audio, but guess what? That's the endearing part of our show. It's a freaking mime show for the first couple minutes. It's all good. He's such a perfectionist. He's so pissed off. And listen.
I just want quality.
He wants the quality, man.
I want the quality.
He wants that Dr. Disrespect quality.
I want things to work like they have for for 126 episodes.
That's true.
And not just suddenly change on me.
Amen. But this has been episode 126. God is
Yes.
in control. But remember, know your enemy. Wake
Yes.
up, kiddos.
Also, find our podcast anywhere you can get podcasts. Except
Anywhere?
for Google right now. But
Anywhere?
we'll work on that. Just about.
Hold on. Dusty wants one more. Dusty!
And head on over to plausiblefoolishness.locals.com. Sign up. Join our community. That helps. Even just signing up helps us.
Yep.
Because there's like, depending on the size of the community, there's limits to how much you can post. And I want to post every episode. So, help us out there. And if you want to support us financially, you can do that. Or you can subscribe on Twitch. And, bro, people, we appreciate you. I think that was a good show.
I think it was the best show we've ever done. It was the best and greatest show ever. Too bad we'll never remember it because this is just a tribute. Yowie! Wowie!
JBN, thank you. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no. Thank you for the gifted subscription, man.
You the man, dude. Guys, love you. Peace out. Gotta go to sleep because I gotta work in the morning, baby. See you guys later. Peace.
Peace.
Boom.